All right, one of our favorite dudes out there, Kurt Helin, kind enough to join us. Hans and Scotty, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Kurt, how are you?
I'm doing good, gentlemen. How are you today?
We're doing better now. How's everything in your world, by the way? Southern California still treating you well?
It is. It is one of those perks of living here where you get to watch the rest of the country freeze and be like, yeah, I might have to put on a long sleeve shirt today. So there's it's why we pay for everything else sometimes.
Who's your rookie of the year right now?
My midseason one, I had picked Knuppel, but it's kind of a coin flip between him and Cooper. They're really close. Cooper obviously started a little slow, mostly because Jason Kidd kind of had to played him out of position, and so hey, you've been a 4 your whole life. How would you like to be an NBA point guard? Was probably not the way to go about that, but Khan's been a surprise. I didn't see this at Duke. The shooting was always there, but the playmaking and everything else that's come has been really impressive.
How's Yegor Damon done with the Brooklyn Nets? I sized that whatever he is, 11-3-3. Has he been in any major rookie conversations?
Not really. I mean, he might make all rookie, second team or something. I saw the Nets in person this week, and wow, that was painful. I was at the Clipper game where I was like, I think it was 47-14 Clippers, and I'm like, should I just leave? Like, am I getting anything out of being in this arena for the rest of the night? But Igor's finding his way. He's got a shot. He's starting to, I think, like a lot of rookies, I think Ace was here, like the speed of the game and the athleticism, everybody just takes some time to adapt to what you've got to go up against, because it is such a leap. And so much more is asked in terms of complexity. The defenses are smarter, so you've got to be smarter on offense, and it takes some time.
We touched on this a little bit last week, but, everybody gets excited for a trade deadline, and sometimes it can be like when you get socks for Christmas as a kid. You're like, I'm opening a present, but I'm not really that excited about it. Do you get the anticipation that there might be something fun coming down the pipeline in any way, shape, or form, or is it going to be pretty ho-hum?
It's very exciting if you're into salary cap minutia and teams getting under the cap. Then this is gonna be thrilling. But if you're looking for one of the big moves, it's going to take something. I mean, it's next Thursday, so we've got a little over a week. It would take something pretty dramatic for Giannis or Anthony Davis. I don't know that Anthony Davis or John Morant could get moved. Giannis would have to force his way out, and he said he wouldn't. And so now you're down to like, Kuminga's injured and there's not much of a market, and that's looking like it's not going to happen. And so I'm not sure where a big trade you're going to see. It's going to be DeMontis Sabonis and Keon Ellis and players of that ilk.
If the injury didn't happen to Giannis, how much did that injury change things?
I don't know that it changed that much. If they kept losing and he were playing, maybe he'd push. Like, ultimately, he's going to have to do this. And he has said, look, I don't want to be the bad guy, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be the guy who demands a trade. And he's got the easy way out this summer. He can get to this summer and not sign the contract extension that they're going to put in front of him. And that's basically asking for a trade, because the Clippers and the Heat and a couple of teams are lined up. If he reaches free agency, there are teams waiting to give him a max. So they would have to trade him to get something back. So it basically forces their hand, and it forces it without him having to go, well, I never asked for a trade. So he can, play innocent.
So we're kind of watching a bit of a passing of a torch potentially with San Antonio sitting at 31-15. We've kind of seen the overall growth and emergence of Wembanyama. We've seen De'Aaron Fox and his contributions, what he's meant, and it feels like it's a nice team effort across the board. So are we ready? Is the NBA ready? Is it officially San Antonio and Wembanyama's time to kind of grow? And I know you got Oklahoma City that's sitting there, but do you feel like it's San Antonio and Wemby's time to take over the league?
I think this is the year they're starting to. I mean, this is way ahead of the schedule I had them on. I don't know about you, Hans. This is way ahead of the schedule I had them on for this year. I'm like, man, they can get into the play-in, maybe get up to the 6th seed, and that'd be awesome in this deep West. And, here they sit is it the 2 or 3 seed as we're speaking? I think the 3. And a team that looks like it's a dangerous playoff team. And the guys are getting experience. I mean, Stefan Castle's in his 2nd year. Dylan Harper is coming off the bench and has been, I still think he's going to be the best of their guards in a couple of years. Fox has been exactly what they hoped for. So this is a team, I think you get into the playoff and you get into that cauldron and you find out, hey, where you're lacking or what you got to improve on. But I don't think they win it all this year, guys, but I think they can make the 2nd round of the playoffs, depending on the matchup. And then next year?
Yeah. Watch out.
Yeah.
All right. So if you look at the Western Conference, you got tier 1, that's Oklahoma City. They're in a stratosphere by themselves. And then your tier 2, probably San Antonio and Denver. Then you just got a mess of teams kind of jumbled up behind them. How much stock are you buying in the Lakers being a team that could, be a top 3 or 4 seed going into the playoffs?
First off, I'd be a healthy Denver might be on Oklahoma City's tier, but that's a different conversation. I still think their defense just does them in. They need. I don't want to face them in the playoffs because Luka Doncic is a proven playoff killer. LeBron James, when the game slows down and he can use his mind more and it gets, it becomes more mental, that's to his strength. They will get Austin Reeves back, and that punches up their already strong offense. It's just, I think defensively, I've got questions. I don't think DeAndre Ayton is the guy for them long-term in the paint. They don't have the wing defense. I think they're capable of winning a round, but it's probably as far as it gets because do you guys see that? Do you guys see them making a run?
No,
no. I don't want to play them. How about that? It's going to go 6 games because Luka's going to win 2, but I don't think they can beat the top teams.
If I didn't know that the Thunder could do it because they've done it, then I would think maybe. But because Oklahoma has done it, and I feel like they can do it, and they probably have that belief, and they've got the stars to do it, I think that's the problem. But, the higher up.
I'll be honest with you, them and, like I said, them and Denver. Denver has done it. Denver's a little deeper. This has been the best year at least the best start of the season of Jamal Murray's career. He should absolutely be an all-star reserve when those get announced Sunday. I think they're right there. But, that's the thing is those 2 are there, and I'm not sure the Lakers can beat Oklahoma City. I mean, no, not Oklahoma City. I'm not sure they can beat San Antonio. I'm not sure they can beat Houston. Are they the 5th best team in the West? It's just as good as they are. I don't think they're good enough in this conference right now because that defense is just at some point going to do them in.
I want to talk a little bit about Nikola Jokic because we've watched Yusuf Nurkic here in Utah put together a couple of triple doubles, and we're praising him. And, we're parading him around, and because it'd been a long time since the Utah Jazz had a triple-double maker. It just hasn't happened. And I go and look at Nikola Jokic averaging 30 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists. It's not even like he's just dabbling in averaging a triple-double. He's deep in the average of a triple-double. How is that possible for a human being? Is it set up for him to do that like it was Westbrook?
I mean, a little. They obviously run the offense through him, but the versatility of his scoring, right? He can score inside, he can score outside, and what he's got that so few big men have is there's just a soft touch on his shot, right? You watch him, it's this big guy, he's bullying you down into the lane, and then he puts up the shot, and it's feather soft, and it kind of bounces on the rim a couple times and goes in, and how do you? It's amazing. Plus, obviously, I'm not the first. I think Zach Lowe has said this and others. I'm done calling him the best passing big man of all time and just saying he's going to be one of the best passers, period, flat out, the game has ever seen. His ability to just read the game intellectually and pick people apart is unbelievable.
All right. You're drafting not as a college team, but as an NBA team. So you're drafting for an NBA skill set. You can choose between Darren Peterson, A.J. DeBonsa, Cameron Boozer. Who are you going with?
That's a really good question. I would probably go DeBonsa right now. Here's the thing. I've seen DeBonsa in person. I've seen Boozer in person. I have not seen Peterson, and he's only played, was it, guys, 10 games? I've heard something like that. And that's a mild concern. Again, was it a calf or hamstring? Like, it's the kind of injury that shouldn't be long-term, but I need to see more of him. I know scouts were really, really high on him. I'd probably choose DeBonsa just because I've seen him make tough shots. I've seen athleticism and skill set that I think can translate. It helps being 6'9" and being able to jump out of the building. But it also, I think it really depends on A, a little bit your roster, but B, the GM's level. Like DeBonsa's more of a risk. Boozer, I feel like the floor is like the highest floor of those three, right? He's just flat out going to be very good. And you're not going to miss with that pick. Where I feel like maybe DeBonsa, I feel like one of those two is not going to quite live up to the hype of being this legendary top 3 pick, and they're hopefully have good careers. And I hope I'm wrong, but historically, like if there's 3 great players, one of them doesn't pan out, and I feel like it's going to be one of those two. And that said, I'd still probably swing with DeBonsa and go for the upside. He's doing it in college. Did he drop 43 in the last week or something?
Yes, he did.
He did.
Yeah, he's a very impressive athlete in person, I'll say.
Kurt, kind of a fun conversation and a break off of what we were just talking about with Carlos Boozer's son being in that conversation or rotation. Who is the greatest NBA player that's a son of a star? I want to know, was Del Curry considered a star? Because it'd be really hard not to go Steph.
Yeah, that was my first thought, because Del was 6th man of the year twice, twice. So I would consider that a star. But Carmelo's kid, I don't think is entering the draft this year. Who else are we talking about?
Well, I was thinking about Sabonis. I think.
That's a good one.
Because Arvidas was.
It's funny. That's back to was Dad. Dad was a huge star at the time, internet, especially if you knew basketball. But by the time he got to the NBA, he was on the back half of his career, and he was still really good for a long time.
If Olympic 1988 Sabonis was in the NBA, he would have wrecked the league. Wrecked the league.
You talk to David Robinson sometime about. David Robinson will more than happily tell you what a problem Sabonis was at that point when he was not in the NBA yet. Yeah.
Kurt Helin joining us right here, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. So it's the weekly. What are your thoughts on the Utah Jazz? And again, there's good moments, and then you lose by 45. This team just continues to kind of they're making progress. You can tell there's opportunities here. Ace Bailey. Lauri's in and out of the lineup because of the illness. You still are seeing Keontae George continue to take that next step. There's good building blocks, and so everybody's here like, hey, you know what? Keep it going, but don't go too much, because you still got to hold on to that draft pick, and you can't convey that thing to Memphis. So I think the Jazz are walking a pretty good line right now.
I think they're handling it well, in the sense that they don't want to win too much, and if you play Lowry too much, he is a floor raiser. He is He is the same reason Trae Young is not seeing the floor in Washington. Like, dude, we don't want to win games. We don't need you out there winning us games right now. So you'll see a little less of him. I hope, though. I think, look, George is kind of made this leap this year, and it's funny, by the way. I heard people I had fans of other teams and people of other teams like, well, is he available? Maybe we could trade for somebody like that. I'm like, dude, nobody's trading him. Are you kidding me? Bailey's starting to find his legs. He had not only the dunk the other night, but he's had some games where suddenly you're like, he's starting to find himself a little bit. And I think that's what you want. You wanted him to look a lot better at the end of the season than you did. And you're also doing this they're probably going to get Kessler back on a relatively cheap contract because of the injuries. And if he's healthy, that's a huge boost in the paint and gives you it kind of fills a big role for you.
Kurt, always a pleasure. Thanks for hanging out with us, and look forward to doing it again next week.
Thanks, Kurt.
Hans, take care of yourself, man.
I sure will, man. Appreciate all the years of fun and entertainment you brought, brother. And I'll be in touch with you.
It's always been a blast, sir.
Yeah.
Take care.
Thank you so much.
There he is, Kurt Helin, NBC Sports and ProBasketballTalk.com.